Let us start the new point now. What is the new point? The new point is healthcare and family welfare, or health and family welfare. The full question can be asked that explain health and family welfare program under social infrastructure. We have discussed education. Now today we are going to discuss health and family welfare. I need not have to tell you that how health is very important to us. We now everyone is aware that how the health is important, and since our independence how the healthcare facilities are being neglected, and now what are the improvements are there, all those things are in front of our eyes. We every day we know that infrastructure, this is healthcare facilities are growing and all. Why health is very important? It is not at all a valid question why the health is important. If the health is not good, we cannot even work. That means healthcare services are the essential services for achieving economic development. See, if you are well, you can come to the class, you can focus on your studies, and then you can get good marks. If you are not well, then you cannot do that. If I am not well, I cannot deliver my lecture properly, right? So like everyone, for everyone, health is very important, and the health of the entire nation is very important because it is totally depending on that how the country is developing, what is the development, whether the country is developing or not. So healthcare is very important for economic development. Now see, healthcare services are provided by private sector as well as by public sector. अभी सबको पता है public sector means government hospitals are there, private sectors means private hospitals are there. So healthcares are provided by both the sector, and healthcare is a merit good. It is a merit good. But when people are going to private sector, what is happening? That the private sector में जब जाते हैं, private hospitals and all, they are really very expensive. So for the common people, it is not possible, or it is not affordable, and that is why the many people or majority of the people in our country are using public healthcare services. What is public healthcare services? Public healthcare services means the hospitals which are owned and controlled by the government. So many of the people are using public healthcare services. Now I said, when people are using the public healthcare services, the public healthcare services are we can divide into two parts. Understand this point. Public healthcare services are divided into two parts. Number one, public healthcare infrastructure. हेल्थ इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर मतलब पब्लिक सेक्टर में व्हाट इज द हेल्थ केयर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, एंड सेकंड पॉइंट हेल्थ केयर पॉलिसी एंड प्रोग्राम. So these are two different things. What the government is giving, what is the policies of the governments are there, they are coming under healthcare policy and program, and what types of infrastructure is there, that is coming under healthcare infrastructure. So entire public healthcare is divided into two parts: healthcare infrastructure number one, and number two, healthcare policy and programs. So let us start with healthcare infrastructure. Now healthcare infrastructure is divided into four parts. Okay, it is divided into four parts. Actually it is divided into three parts, and one more point is added. That is why I said it is divided into four parts. Now what are the three parts? One, primary level healthcare infrastructure. Second, secondary level healthcare infrastructure, and third, tertiary level healthcare infrastructure. So these are the three focus points that we have to understand. Now let us understand what is the primary level healthcare infrastructure. What government is giving at a primary level, what government is giving facility for the secondary level, and what facilities are there in the tertiary level. These points we are going to discuss. Number one, primary level. अभी primary level में it is divided, at this level healthcare is provided by sub centers and primary health centers. Understand, in primary level there are sub centers and primary health centers. Sub centers को in short we can call SC, सब सेंटर्स, उसको हम लोग शॉर्ट में SC बोलते हैं, एंड प्राइमरी हेल्थ सेंटर्स को PHC, प्राइमरी हेल्थ सेंटर, सब सेंटर्स SC एंड प्राइमरी हेल्थ सेंटर PHC. नाउ सब सेंटर्स किसको बोला जाता है? दे आर लोकेटेड इन अंडर डेवलप्ड एंड रिमोट रूरल एरियाज. बहुत ही रिमोट रूरल एरिया है, दैट इज़ अ विलेज दैट इज़ अंडर डेवलप्ड, that in that areas these centers are there, and where the population should be 3,000 to 5,000. The village which is a remote village, the village which is underdeveloped village with the population of 3,000 to 5,000, such sub centers are opened by the government so that these people will also get the facilities. You have to understand. So sub centers, they are located in underdeveloped and remote rural areas where the population size is 3,000 to 5,000. This is about sub-center SC. Now we'll go to what is the next is primary health center PHC. These primary health center, they exist in the villages with the population between 20,000 to 30,000. And these are clinics with doctors and paramedics. These are clinics, actual clinics are there. The population size is 20,000 to 30,000, and they are also again in the village. So primary level sub-centers or primary level healthcare infrastructure is at only villages. Understand this point. Primary level infrastructure is at villages. Number one, SC, where the population is 3,000 to 5,000, and the rural area or the village is totally underdeveloped, and it is a remote rural area where sub-centers are there. Primary health centers are where the population size is 20,000 to 30,000, and actual clinics with doctors and paramedics are available for the people who are in the villages. So this is the first part, primary level. Now secondary level. Secondary level infrastructure or secondary level community health centers, and they are also called as community health centers and district hospitals. Community health centers and district hospitals. So अभी community health center में क्या होता है? CHC. It is called as CHC, community health center. They are in the semi-urban areas. They are not villages, or they are not at all. They cannot be called as cities. So, but they are semi-urban areas. Community health centers are in semi-urban areas, and where the population size is between 80,000 to 1,20,000. 80,000 to 1,20,000 population size. And generally the patients which are coming to community health center, that is CHC, they are referred by SC and PHC. मतलब जो रिमोट एरियाज़ में रहते हैं, जैसे सब सेंटर्स है, प्राइमरी हेल्थ सेंटर्स है, वहाँ पे उनका कुछ इलाज नहीं होता है. दे आर रेफरिंग दोज पेशेंट्स टू द कम्युनिटी हेल्थ सेंटर CHC. So community health center, the populations, it is on the semi-urban areas, and the population size is between 80,000 to 1,20,000, and generally the patients are referred by SCs and PHCs. So this is about community health center. Now in secondary level, second part is sub-district hospital and district hospital, SDH or DH, district hospitals. Okay, these hospitals that treat the patients are referred by the lower level of this health center. That means ये district level में कब आते हैं? जब SC सब center में उनका इलाज नहीं होता है. They are not getting treatment in primary health center, and they are not even getting treatment in this community health center. These patients are coming to the sub-district hospital or district hospitals. and these services are like provided by the good doctors, or the staff is good and the hospital facilities are good. All those things are there in sub district hospital, SDH. So this is about the secondary level. So I told you in the primary level there are two types, sub-centers and primary health centers, that is SC and PHC. In secondary level there are community health centers, CHC, and sub-district hospital or district hospital, DH. So this is about the primary and secondary. Now coming to the next point, that is tertiary sector. Tertiary sector this is a very special health infrastructure. At this level we are including All India Institutes of Medical Sciences, AIIMS, in short we call AIIMS. These are the specialized hospital under central government. These are the specialized hospital under central government. Delhi mein hai. Now these AIIMS are at New Delhi, Bhopal, Bhubaneswar, Jodhpur, Raipur, Rishikesh. These are the we can say that the prestigious institutes for the healthcare facility. The best facility so far we are getting in this All India Institutes of Medical Sciences. So in tertiary level we are including two things. One, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, that is AIIMS, and second, medical colleges and hospitals. There are medical colleges. These medical colleges are owned by the state government and they are funded by the state government. They say in Mumbai, if I can give the example of Sion Hospital is the government aided hospital, or that is owned and controlled by the government. There are many. I am just giving you one example. So these are medical colleges and hospitals. These are owned by the government and they are funded by the government, and they are also playing a very significant role in providing general and specialized healthcare services. So they are also state level premier medical colleges. They are also medical colleges, like those students who wants to pursue their MBBS, they can get the admission over there. They are public sector units and government is providing these facilities. So this is about the tertiary level. So these three levels are there in the public healthcare infrastructure: primary level, secondary level, tertiary level. And I said one more point is there, Indian health standards or Indian public health standards. इसको in short में IPHS बोलते हैं. Like these are like the IPHS were published in 2007 to provide a reference point for the functioning of SC, that is sub-centers, PHC, that is primary health centers, then CHCs, that is community health center, SDH, that is sub-district hospitals, and DH, that is district hospital. They are providing the information to all these primary level, secondary level and tertiary level healthcare infrastructure. So on and whole, what you have to understand that public healthcare is divided into two parts. Number one, healthcare infrastructure that we have discussed. There are 3 points in healthcare infrastructure: primary level, secondary level, tertiary level. Primary is again having 2 points, that is sub-centers and primary health centers. Secondary is also having 2 points, that is community health centers, CFC and sub-district hospitals. And tertiary is also having 2 points, that is All India Institutes of Medical Sciences and medical colleges and hospitals. So these are the public health infrastructure, and they are really very well designed in our country. I can say that at the primary level we don't know, because there are now we are coming to now we are understanding that our healthcare facilities are so pathetic. They are so unorganized and people are suffering a lot because of that. So now government is understanding that from the independence we did not pay even attention for the healthcare, but this corona has made us compulsorily you have to pay the attention toward the healthcare facilities. So now these all primary level, secondary level, tertiary level, they all are active now. Okay, so this you have to write about public healthcare infrastructure. I told you that public healthcare can be divided into 2 parts. Number one, public healthcare infrastructure. Second, healthcare policy and program. So now we are moving to the next point, that is public health programs and policies. So much importance is there to the health. So what are the policies government adopted for the public health care? So that now we are going to discuss. Now understand one thing, if I tell you, it will be a shocking thing for all of us, that currently the government's expenditure on public health is only 1.15% of the GDP. 1.15% of the GDP, which is considered to be the low for the country with a large population, for the country like us. Our population is, we know that, and the only 1.15% of the GDP, that is the government's expenditure on public health. So that is considered to be the lowest one. But government has announced number of programs, so that programs now we are going to discuss. Number one program government implemented is National Health Mission. It is called as NHM, National Health Mission. It was launched in 2013. Recently it was launched. So it was launched in 2013, and the main aim of the program is to provide universal access to equitable, affordable and quality health services through healthcare infrastructure. Now see, the healthcare infrastructures are primary level, secondary level, tertiary level. So why this program government started, that affordable facilities should be available to the common people in the public healthcare infrastructure. So National Health Mission, this is the number one program government launched in our country in 2013. Now second is Communicable Disease Program. Communicable Disease Program. What is this? See, there are some diseases, they are communicable diseases, like they can spread. So because of that, what is happening, that the control of communicable diseases is very important in our country, because poor living conditions are there, and that is why the disease can be spread very fast. Now see, corona, this is like poor conditions, living conditions are there, that is why it is spreading very fast. So controlling of these communicable diseases is one of the important challenge for the government. So what has happened, the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare implements the program. Now see, the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare implements the program. Now the program which is implemented now, you can give the current example, controlling of coronavirus. That is like how the government is working, like the place in Dharavi. We know that how government is working, Bombay or India, the population is so huge. It is very, very important to control the such type of diseases. This is corona is the current example. But there are some diseases like HIV, AIDS, they are also controlled by this Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. So communicable disease program, it is like controlling the communicable diseases. See that this corona is the best example you can give, and you know, everyone is aware, when you see the news you know that what government is doing. So what type of facility government is giving, why they are giving, because they want to control this disease as fast as we can, because there is no vaccination is available, no proper medicine is available, no one can claim that this is the medicine for corona. So government is controlling that. Controlling is one of the important thing of such communicable diseases. So this is second program government has started. Then non-communicable diseases. There are some non-communicable diseases, but for that also government has worked. Like the TB, or even we can say that pulse polio program. Pulse polio program, you can pulse polio is not a communicable disease, right? From the birth only it is coming. So such type of non-communicable diseases also we have to control. So for that pulse polio is the best example you can give, that government started this program in 1995 to eradicate polio from our country. See, the people, the BMC people are coming to every house and they are asking whether there is a small child or not, and they are giving 2 drops of that, polio drops they are giving. Polio drops are the famous one, everyone is aware about. So government has launched the program to control this non-communicable diseases also, TB, that these things are there, or even diarrhea, even measles, tetanus, all these are non-communicable, but that has to be controlled. So government has arranged various programs for this controlling the non-communicable diseases. This is number 3. Number 4, Pradhan Mantri Swasthya Suraksha Yojana. प्रधानमंत्री स्वास्थ्य सुरक्षा योजना. स्वास्थ्य का मतलब है हेल्थ और सुरक्षा का मतलब है सिक्योरिटी. सो गवर्नमेंट हैज अनाउंस्ड दिस प्रोग्राम इन 2003. What was the objective for that program? For correcting regional imbalance. For correcting regional imbalance in public health infrastructure and improve the quality of medical education. Now, regional imbalance, what is that? I told you that in primary level sub-centers are there where the population is only 3,000 to 5,000, but they are not getting the facility. So some people are getting the facility, some are not. Urban areas are getting facility, rural areas are not getting facility. So such type of regional imbalance is there. That imbalance has to be corrected, and this is the main aim of this Pradhan Mantri Swasthya Suraksha Yojana program. So this is the correcting the imbalance and improving the quality medical education. That is the main objective of the program. These were proposed to be implemented by setting up of new AIIMS, All India Institutes of Medical Sciences. Previously it was only in New Delhi, but today if we see, currently there are 6 AIIMS. They are functional, and that is what is the main motive of this program, Pradhan Mantri Swasthya Suraksha Yojana. Now the next is poor patients financial support. This also government has started in 1997. The Rashtriya Arogya Nidhi was set up in 1997 to provide financial support to the poor people or to the patients who are below poverty line. Now understand, those who are below poverty line and they are suffering from the major life-threatening diseases like cancer or kidney transplant or kidney diseases, orthopedic problem, and their financial condition is very bad. They are below the poverty line. Under this, the program, government is supporting them. That is poor patients financial support. Government wanted to give the facility to the poor people, like those who are below poverty line. Below poverty line means the person does not have the capacity to fulfill his basic requirements of life, and they are suffering from really the major diseases, life-threatening diseases like cancer or kidney diseases or orthopedic problem, and their financial condition is very bad. So under this program, government is supporting them. Now the next is National Program for Healthcare of Elderly. National Program for Healthcare of Elderly. Elderly means those who are elderly people, or we can say that those who are senior citizen. For that, government has started this program in 2010. And like elderly people have some common diseases or common health related issues, and for that government is giving them and they are coming and belong to the low income category with no support or with little financial support. They don't have their children are not taking care of them and all. So these people are getting benefit out of this program. So again, this is only for the people who are coming in the low income category and they don't have any financial support, or there is no one can take care of them. These people are getting various facilities under this program. Now the next is Rashtriya Swasthya Bima Yojana. Rashtriya Swasthya Bima Yojana, that is RSBY. It was launched in 2008. It was launched in 2008 to provide social health security to the workers in unorganized sector. unorganized sector. That means you know that there are some organized sector, unorganized sector. Unorganized sector, like you know, the road construction is there. That is like people don't have like they are not skilled labor, or they don't have any provident fund or something of that sort. They are totally working, and their life yeah, like they are putting their life into the risk, and they are working. They are totally working in the unorganized sector, and they don't have health security. For them, this Rashtriya Swasthya Bima Yojana program was provided by the government, and the beneficiary is entitled to annual hospitalization cost of 30,000 rupees. If anything goes wrong, then that beneficiary can get, or he is entitled to annual hospitalization cost up to 30,000 rupees. Now the next one is reproductive, maternal, newborn, child, adolescent health program. So India became the first country in the world to launch the National Family Program. So in our country, this program has started with objective of reducing the total fertility rate, increasing the inclusive breastfeeding rate, then reducing the prevalence of under 5 children who are underweight, then raise the child sex ratio to the 0 to 6 years of age group. So there are various things that government is taking care of under this program. So major thing is that reduce the total fertility rate, and increase the proportion of births in government hospital with the skilled birth attendants. So many things are covered under this, like to give a good facilities to the poor people. Then the next and the last one is National Health Policy. National Health Policy 2017. Now this 17 means recently government has started, and there are some specific goals for this policy. The goals of this policy is increase the life expectancy to 70 years by 2025. See, when the life expectancy means the lifespan the person can stay. Generally in before independence, our life expectancy was very, very low. But now the life expectancy is increased, it should be increased to 70 years. A person should have a good lifestyle. By 2025, increase the life expectancy to 70 years. That is the main motto of this program, National Health Policy. Then the reduced infant mortality rate. Infant is what? Newborn child is called as infant. So as many times it happens in the rural areas, the deliveries are taking place at home, and then infant mortality rate is very, very high. But to reduce the infant mortality rate, that is also one of the objective of National Health Policy. Then next, reduce prevalence of blindness. People who sometimes, you know, by birth they are blind. So to reduce that blindness also, that is also one of the important objective of this program. And to increase the health expenditure of the government to 2.5% of the GDP. Just 5 minutes back I told you that in our country the public government's expenditure on the public health is only 1.15% of the GDP. It's the lowest one. But now government says that they want to increase the health expenditure by to 2.5% of the GDP. Right? So government, apart from that, government started various programs like Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, then woman empowerment, then abuse of prevention program. So there are various programs government started, clean water, and all those things are coming under the health facility. So these are the programs government has started under this social healthcare facilities or social healthcare programs. So now what you have to understand over here,